Hey, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Don, and today's video is all about military social work. Now, you may be wondering why I'm discussing military social work. Well, this video is being filmed on Tuesday, May 31st, 2022, and yesterday was Memorial Day, and in honor of my friend who died in combat, I wanted to make a video honoring the work that military social workers, veterans, and their families need and deserve and have a right to. So I thought, what a better way to honor them by highlighting military social work, providing some education around it, and seeing who all has an interest out there and seeing if we can promote this field of social work. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed to the channel. That helps so much. We are less than 70 community members away from being at 2,000 subscribers. 2,000, I call you all my community members. So we are less than 70 community members away from reaching 2,000. So that's super exciting. So if you're watching this video but you haven't subscribed, I'm hoping that you'd consider subscribing because every subscription counts. It's free and you get to be part of such a cool community. Also, if you're part of this community or you're joining for the first time, be sure to turn your notification button on because that helps make sure that you don't miss any of my videos. I can't tell you how many of my friends that I'm in close proximity with, that I talk to on the phone frequently, will say that they have not seen my video, and I'm like, dude, I just posted a video. Like, someone messaged me and was like, did you ever go to New York? And I'm like, are you not subscribed to the channel? Because I have a whole vlog on it. And they're like, yeah, I am. But they did not receive a notification, but their notifications weren't turned on. So definitely be sure to turn on your notifications. That's super important. So this video will be broken up into 3 parts. I'll be discussing what military social work is, how to become a military social worker, as well as providing some tips for success in military social work. So what is military social work? Military social work provides direct services to military members, whether they are active duty or on reserves or are veterans and who have transitioned to civilian life, as well as their families, with the goal of improving their overall well-being. Direct services can include psychotherapy or case management. I'm sure there are other things, but for the sake of this video, we're going to just focus on those 2. Social workers can work with veterans in a variety of settings, whether it's on a base or as a commissioned officer, or it's in a civilian space like the VA or the hospitals or schools. There's plenty of places that you can work with military members and their families. According to GoArmy.com, some duties can include teaching, training, supervision, research, administration, and policy development. So you can do a lot of things in military social work, not just case management or psychotherapy. Your role is very extensive. The issues can range from helping individuals adjust to change, whether it's being in the military full-time as an active duty member, or getting used to being reserved, or helping individuals who have spent their entire adult lives in the military sector transition to the civilian sector. You can also help with things like grief and loss, as well as PTSD. One fact about PTSD is that the diagnosis was originally founded for military veterans. And so the reason why we know so much about post-traumatic stress disorders include the research that was done on military veterans. It's also worth mentioning that military members are at an increased risk for suicide. Their risk is about 18% higher than the normal or national population. So it is essential that we provide services to our soldiers, to our veterans, as well as their families. How does one become a military social worker? The first thing you need to do is obtain your Master of Social Work from an accredited CSWE program, and that could be in the US or in another country. There are accrediting boards in other countries that is equivalent to the CSWE. So if you are interested in studying abroad but practicing in the US in the future, I'd read carefully to make sure that it's the equivalent and that you won't have to complete your master's over at a US CSWE accredited institution. Thereafter, of course, you would need to apply for your license. While you can do this work with a master's license, I know individuals in the Chicagoland area who is doing case management without their license. Well, they have their master's license now due to the recent legislative change, but prior to that, they were hired with a 2-year window to obtain their license. So obtaining your license is essential, but having your clinical license increases your competitiveness for these positions because they are highly competitive. Especially if you want to join as a commissioned officer, whether it's active duty or reserve, your license is required. There's 2 routes you can go. You can go through a postmaster's internship route where it only requires your master's license, or you can pursue the traditional social worker role, clinical social worker role, and you must have your clinical license for that position. I have a few friends who are working at the VA, so if you'd like for us to do a video, a Q&A, then let me know down below. Leave comments, leave your questions, and we'll make that video happen for you. If you know you want to work with veterans and you have not begun a program yet, then consider ensuring that you will pursue your internship or field placement at a military, in a military setting. So whether that's at the VA or at a base, if your program is near a base, be sure to be intentional about gaining that experience early on so you can transition into military social work easier and you can be more competitive. You may also want to include concentrating or specializing in military social work during your graduate studies. There are a number of programs that offer the concentrations. There are about 17 or 18 programs in the nation that offers military social work as a concentration. So definitely be sure to check those programs out. I'll leave a link in the description box below that outlines it. I don't know that it's comprehensive. I just kind of did a soft Google search. So check that out or do your own search and see what program is the best fit for you. But some programs include USC, University of Kentucky, and I'll mention for University of Kentucky, they offer military social work as a concentration on both the master's and doctoral level. So if you pursue your Doctor of Social Work and you know you want to pivot, this may be an excellent program for you to concentrate in military social work and really create a level of expertise by allowing your doctoral studies and focus to be on military social work. And the last school that I'll mention is Dominican University. I think it's located in Illinois. So for all my Chi-Town folks, Illinois folks, give it a try, check it out. None of these schools have sponsored me, so trust me, I am not forcing you or twisting your arm to join or pursue your master's at any of these programs. And again, if you are someone who has their master's already, you have your master's already, you are working in the field, and you feel as though you want to transition to military social work, fret not. It doesn't mean that you have to go back to school all over again. There are a number of options that you can do. The first one is really tailoring your resume to highlight relevant experience. So there's a lot of relevant experience that you've gained as a civilian social worker working with the general population, as well as maybe a few veterans here and there, that is transferable to military social work. If you would like to comb through your resume and your experience and tailor your application to military social work, and you would like some assistance with that, I'm more than happy to work with you. The link is in the description box below. But you should know that there are also post-MSW certificate programs in military social work. You can also pursue continuing education opportunities like 1.5 CEUs here and there in a relevant topic of military social work. There's nothing wrong with that, and in fact, it'll show that you are committed to learning about military social work. And finally, connect with folks in the field. As you know, it's not just what you know, but who you know. So be sure to connect, make meaningful relationships, and then see how you both can be a help and a support to each other in a sincere and authentic way. So finally, what are some tips for working with military veterans? Based on my experience, because I have worked with veterans in private practice as well as a university counseling center of working with students using their GI Bill. I've also worked with families, whether it's the student or the parents of the student that I was counseling, to help. So I have some experience is what I'm saying. And based on those experience, I think the most important thing is to be direct and to be concise. They are very straight to the point. So I learned to be more concise and straightforward in my communication. They also value transparency and honesty. So I always try to be straightforward. I do not try to fluff or overpromise or create a false sense of hope. It's like, okay, what are your chances? If they're slim to none, I'm going to lead with that. I'd rather under promise and then over deliver with this population than to over promise or hype things up and be overly optimistic only for things to backfire. That will not go well with you. If something doesn't work out, let them know what you're doing to be proactive. So it's okay to say, hey, this resource didn't work out, but I'm waiting to hear back from a colleague regarding some other resources that you may be eligible for, that they've seen success with their clients when they use those resources. That type of information really goes a long way and is helpful to them, and it's something that keeps their attention. Provide a time frame if you can. Speaking of time, you want to be punctual. In fact, you want to be early because they are going to be early. I can't tell you how many times I was providing therapy to veterans in the hospital, and they'd be there 30, 45 minutes early. And it was nice to kind of be able to start their session early, like if someone canceled or no-showed, to show them that I'm meeting them where they are. I'm respectful of their time, and I'm definitely not late. If I do have a client prior to them, we are definitely ending 5-10 minutes early so we can be out of that room in time, so I can bring them in to show the utmost respect and professionalism, because they're already showing me that by being early. They're going to be the ones to have their paperwork complete. They're going to be the ones to communicate frequently, whether it's by phone or email or in person. And so you really want to be responsive with this population. Also, you may want to begin with being more formal and working your way to building a rapport. And as that rapport is built, seeing if there's room for you to be more casual with time. Treatment modalities worth learning with this population includes CBT, DBT, ACT, prolonged exposure therapy, and EMDR. One of the biggest case management resources that you want to have for vets includes housing information. If you're not working in the VA, then you definitely want to defer the vets to the VA, because they have case managers who are more equipped to work with that population and to provide in-house resources for them to address housing insecurity. To conclude, military social work is a phenomenal field and specialization. If you want to learn more about it, I have some additional links in the description box for you to read. If this is a career change that you're looking to switch into, I do have some connect in the field as well, so I'd love to provide some soft introductions for you all, as well as if you are interested in working with me and you want to hire me to help you become more competitive, then I'm more than happy to provide consultation services. I'm more than happy to review and edit your resume, your cover letter, your essay, because for the application process, there is an essay component, coaching your references for things to highlight and speak on, because there are key words and focal points that your references should have. There's a lot that goes into transitioning into military social work, and I have solid knowledge on it, so I'd love to work with you if that's something you're interested in. Whether you work with me or not, I am wishing you all the best. If you know that this is a field you want to work in, then give it a try. Don't let your lack of experience stop you. Do everything that you can, and if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Again, that helps the channel so much. Be sure to share with a friend. Comment in the comment section below. I'm not just talking to myself here, you guys. I'm talking to all of you. So I want to hear from you. Let me know if this is a field that you've explored. Let me know if you were in grad school and you were envious of your friends who secured internships at the VA, because they're one of the only sites that actually pay their interns. Don't know if you know that, but they pay. So if you're watching this and you want a paid internship, you may want to hit up the VA. They're also good for hiring their interns afterwards and offering them post-MSW fellowships. And if you made it this far and you still have not hit that subscribe button, what more do you want me to do? I can't get on my knees and beg because you won't see me anymore. I'm sitting in this chair, so I have to stay in the chair. But know that I am asking you with my whole heart to join the community, to join the fam. We'd love to have you. You're already here, we just don't know it. So you hit the subscribe button, then you're known. You comment, you're known. You like, you're known. So thanks so much for watching. And until I see you next time, be you, be great.